By day, my CO husband took me horseback riding. By night, he knelt at my best friend's feet, saying, "I will be your horse instead." Cumelia's Poe. When I was 3 months pregnant, my husband insisted I accompany him on horseback riding. At the stables, he rode with remarkable skill, galloping at full speed despite my reluctance. His gaze, however, kept flickering subtly toward the edge of the field. I grew suspicious and wanted to ask him about it, but exhaustion overcame me and I drifted into a deep sleep. In the middle of the night, I woke up groggy and instinctively reached out to touch my husband. However, the sheets beside me were cold and empty. The man who always claimed to love me was at the stables, laughing and joking with another woman. "Don't be mad. Sasha, how about, I will be your horse." The usually composed and dignified Daryl Wise was acting like a lovesick boy. Without hesitation, he dropped to the ground on all fours, completely unbothered. Those knees, so proud that they wouldn't even kneel when he proposed to me, now bent so easily for another woman. Hidden in the shadows of the trees, I clutched my belly and silently cried. Meanwhile, Sasha Middleton, pouting, still wasn't satisfied. "Darrell, you let that woman ride with you earlier today. I am so jealous," she whined. Hearing this, Daryl stood cupped Sasha's face and kissed her deeply. As their emotions intertwined, he let out a throaty sigh of desire. "Sasha, I only did that because you were ignoring me," he murmured. "Otherwise, would you have come looking for me?" His explanation made Sasha giggle uncontrollably. Every word they exchanged completely disregarded me. His wife and the unborn child I was carrying, unable to hold back, I interrupted coldly. "Mincha, so my baby and I are just props in your little show." Startled, Daryl stepped in front of Sasha, shielding her instinctively. "Boos, Camelia, why are you here? If I hadn't come, how would I know what kind of person you really are?" I sneered, fighting the ache in my chest. "Mooch, hurry, how would I know that the two people who claim to care about me the most are betraying me behind my back?" Darrell's face paled as he hurried over, grabbing my hand. "And Kira, Camelia, it's not what you think. I was just asking Sasha for advice on how to make you happy. I've noticed you've been so down lately." He was entirely wrong. Sasha did have a knack for cheering me up. If I hadn't seen them kiss with my own eyes, I might have believed his excuse. But now it was just one more reason for my heart to break. I shook off his hand and took a step toward Sasha. But before I could even lift a finger, Daryl immediately shoved me back hard, tensed. "Camelia, stop it. Sasha, is it? Your punching bag." Staggering back a few steps, I steadied myself, my eyes filled with hurt as I stared at him. Daryl avoided my gaze, mumbling under his breath. "Mom's too, the one who lashed out first without thinking." I let out a bitter laugh and glared at him. "Arbior, when did you see me lay a hand on her?" I had no intention of doing anything to Sasha, yet Daryl's attitude couldn't have been clearer. From behind him, Sasha finally poked her head out, her tone laced with indignation. "Mouths, Camelia, enough already. Daryl and I have been putting up with you because you were pregnant, but you were just too much, too much." It was only then that I realized how good she was at playing the victim, twisting everything to suit her narrative. I couldn't help but laugh out loud. "Aber Sasha, is this how you've been stringing Daryl along? You," she trailed off, gritting her teeth. "That's enough, Camelia," Daryl cut off sharply. "Rose, stop being so irrational. Let's just talk when you've calmed down." Turning to Sasha, he grabbed her hand and said, "Amoshasha, let's go." With that, he led her away, leaving me standing there alone with my heart shattered. Camelia's Pope. After defending Sasha, Daryl stormed off, gripping her hand tightly, leaving me alone in the cold night air to collect my thoughts. I stood there until the first rays of dawn lit up the sky. Only then did I force my stiff legs to move. When I returned to my room, it was a mess. Daryl had carelessly thrown my belongings all over the floor. I let out a bitter laugh and knelt down slowly, picking up my scattered clothes and folding them neatly when I tried to leave and drive home. I realized he had also taken the car we came in. Frustrated, I kicked the nearest step, only to feel a sharp pain in my belly the next second. A hot, unsettling sensation followed and dread filled me. Something was wrong. Panicking, I pulled out my phone to call Daryl, hoping he could contact someone at the stables to help.